Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. Listen, I'm glad to have you guys here on this. It's January 29th, 2021. Thank you for tuning in. Now, what's going on out there? There's a whole big thing called GameStop. You guys are heard all in the news everywhere. Let's take a look. Let's open up the charts right here. Now, there's a new thing come on CoinMarketCap called Wall Street Bets. And I'm at the Reddit site right now, and they're talking about GameStop. Uh, Now they've got a lot of posts. This one I thought was kind of interesting. It says, "Dad, what did you do during the coronavirus pandemic?" It says, "I saved GameStop by crashing the entire stock market and making selfish billionaires lose millions." And here's, I guess they're calling themselves retards, and they're an army of them. uh, they're out there trying to hold the line and not sell into these hedge funds need to cover their short positions. Oh, do they need? I can't remember now. Do they need 600,000 or 60,000? They need a lot of GameStop to cover their short positions, and they need to get them at a cheap price. Right now, I guess if they buy in, if they try to buy them all at $300, it's too much money. They're basically bankrupt. But the price isn't going down any. Uh, Here's another one here. They're making fun of this whole thing. It's Jim Carrey, and let's take a look a little bit more here. Taking a look and seeing what's going on here. They're an army out there. People that are holding GameStop, and if they don't, every time one of them sells, it allows these traders to lower the price and get out of their short position. He says, "I'll be buying $1 million of GME tonight," Justin Sun says, "from Asia when the market opens. Wall Street Bets community know that over 4 billion Asian communities and 20 million communities are behind you." And see, they got Braveheart here. It says, hold the line, hold the. Uh, let's go down a little bit. Short positions on GameStop. And then Justin Sung comes back and he says, 1 million doesn't seem enough. I'll be buying 10 million GME instead tonight from Asia when the market opens. Reddit users spark volatility in stock like GameStop and AMC. He says, "I'm buying GameStop. I don't care if I lose it all. I will continue to invest in companies being short by criminal hedge funds until they are all bankrupt. Don't panic if the squeeze doesn't happen Friday," it says here on this post. No selling, he says. No selling. No selling. No selling. No selling. No selling, he says. He says, "You bunch of retards. No selling. No selling. No selling. No selling. No selling. No selling." Hedge funds. WSB. I'm behind you, retard. uh, Billionaires stop buying. You know what? I'm going to start buying even harder. Uh, they're here's another one. This is where we hold them. This is where we double down. This is where these posts here, I'm getting a kick out of them, you know. uh, they're trying to beat the Wall Street guys at their own game, you know. Hedge funds, GameStop can't open its doors because of the pandemic. Let's short more than 100% of its stock so the company dies. And that one here. Retards thinking of selling. Stay strong, you paper-handed. 3 million new members. Hold. They're saying to hold it. Remember why we're doing this. There's different ones on here. This is a big thing, this GameStop thing right now, because I guess there's unlimited loss on one side of the coin. You know, if they can hold the line on this, you know. It says here losses on short positions in the United States firms tops 70 billion. And then that's the headline, and that's what he's. That's Jack Nicholson smiling about all that. He said, "Yes, yes, yes, yes." Losses on short positions in the United States firms tops $70 billion. I think that they really want to try to bring down Wall Street. You know, that's what I'm getting about this. You know, looking at these Reddit posts. Uh, We shall hold to $10,000, Winston Churchill. We shall hold to $15,000. We shall hold to $20,000 and $30,000. We shall fight to 69,420. We shall never surrender. uh, if our gains are a large part of it, we're gone by market close. Evidently, the line on this, they're trying to hold, if GameStop goes up to 60,000, it would break Wall Street. Of course, it's not at 60,000. Let's take a look at GameStop today, right now. It's going up right now, GameStop. It's $340.26 USD. 335. Now, if we take a look at a 5-day chart here, we can see it's holding the line. And today it's bouncing up just a little bit. Take a look at a month. You can see the huge meteoric rise. Now, it started to fall off. You know, it fell down, what, 193? Now it's back up to 334. So it's holding the line for GameStop. Let's take a look at the markets now. Let's get in there and take a look at the markets and see what's going on. Let's take a look at the silver price today. It's at 27.02. Now, I'll tell you something. This is the real weak spot. This is the spot right. It's not Wall Street. Wall Street can change the rules on something like GameStop. They can change the rules. This is the weak spot of the financial system more than any. And the way to short this, to short silver, would be for everybody out there, the whole army of retards out there, what they call themselves retards, the whole army of retards out there is to go out and buy real physical. They're keeping it secret, the number of real physical that they have available for sale out there. But you know, the mines have been through an awful lot of rough time the last number of months, you know, and mining production has to be way down. And there's been huge amount of demand for real physical silver. And they've been chewing into this inventory that they have. Where are they getting it? I don't think they are getting it. I think that I think the silver out there, actual real physical silver right now, is a very tight supply that they're keeping it's enough to keep it going, you know what I mean? And they're hoping to shake people out of the tree by keeping the prices down and keep investors not really too much interested. They don't want to get fueled speculation in this, but fueled speculation of this, if you buy the short contracts, if you buy the SLV, what would happen? Well, they just settle in paper. And they can print unlimited amounts of paper. And this is the thing about GameStop is I'm thinking that if they'll change the rules, they'll do something. They'll bail it out or they'll do whatever they have to do. You know, but they can print unlimited amounts of paper. But they can't print real physical silver. It's out of their league, you know. And if they were to short this market in the opposite way by buying real physical out there, they would crash the world silver market. And there would be a separation between the paper price and the physical that would be astronomical. We're talking about, and the demand, you know, once it's gone, it's gone. There's only a small little bit. I don't know the real quantity out there. I know that there's just vast amounts of silver out there that's being held in private hands. A lot. It's billions of ounces. It's not for sale. It's being held privately. But the amount of silver that's out there that's actually available for sale, most of it's consumed. And this year, I think all of it will be consumed by industry. So where are they going to find the supply? To supply coin and bar demand. You know, and if they suck up all of that supply, you know, all of a sudden you can't buy it. And if you can't buy the real physical, I mean, the paper price is just it's just stupidity. It's like right now in silver, it's like 400 to 1, 400 paper short contracts for every real ounce of real physical silver. And this is how they're keeping the price at 27.04 on the paper. You know, if the real quantity of real, I mean, the U.S. Geological Survey did a survey on silver a few years back, and they like 6 years ago, I think they did it. And they said very bluntly that, see what happened. Here's what happened. Going back in history, they always used to mine silver with picks and shovels. And a mule picture in your mind a mule hauling the cart up out of the mine, you know, and picks and shovels and everything else. Then the Industrial Revolution came along. And what did it enable them to do? Well, first they had steam shovels. Able to move massive amounts of earth in a day, a steam shovel. Then later it evolved into diesel engines. And this revolution in the way they mine enabled them to basically strip mine, just suck the silver out of the ground like enormous quantities of silver. And they had all around the earth, here, there, and everywhere, there's deposits. They were able to dig these deposits, go and find new deposits and everything. And so all the way through this last 100 years or so, they've been basically stripping the earth dry of it, right? And we had a point when there was peak silver, when they were using these modern machines to dig all the silver out of the ground. And we had a peak where they were bringing in, like, I think it was a lot of silver, more than they needed, you know, for industry and bar and coin demand. And had surplus even, you know, because they're digging it out so quick. But now what's happened is ore grades are falling off. See, ore is, when they dig it out of the earth, the rocks that come out of the earth is called ore. And there's a certain percentage per ton of silver in that ore. Well, that percentage per ton is dropping off drastically. In other words, they have to dig more and more ore to get less and less silver now at this point. So the U.S. Geological Survey did a survey on it, and they said, we're going to run out. It's very simple. We're going to run out in the next few years. Well, now we're there. And plus, you know, I mean, the cost of mining, because everything's going up in price, this is not keeping up with it. This $27 is not keeping up with the actual cost of what it's going to cost miners to get that silver out of the ground now at this point. You know, I mean, it was about $14 or all-in production cost. But everything's going up really fast in price. Not so much your diesel fuel, though. This is what's helping them. But everything else, say they need to buy dust masks to go down the mine, dust masks double in price. Say they need to buy this or that, whatever they need. Even the cost of labor itself is going up crazy. But the price of silver is being kept down with these paper short contracts, which there's about 400 of these paper short contracts that say, hey, this is silver on paper. But it's not real silver, it's paper. And so they trade these, and it makes it look like there's an awful lot more silver out there, 400 times as much as there really is. So yeah, they could break. Silver is a very small market, and it's ready to break. And I thought that that's what they would short. Like a few years ago, I thought silver would be where they would short it. I didn't know about GameStop, that they tried to short the market with GameStop. But the way to short the silver market is to buy all the physical up on them. Then they don't have any for industry or anything else, and the price would skyrocket up to a point where all of this silver that's being held privately would start to be sold into the market, which would end the shortage. But by the time that would happen, you'd probably be looking at about $400 or $500 silver. Quite seriously. And it's the same thing as GameStop, but just a little bit like in reverse. Anyway, that's the silver price today, 27.05. Gold today, 1858, and it was up higher. It was up to 18. What? Well, it fell off a little bit, but it's up. It's up from what it was. It's up $15. We'll take whatever we can get. Crypto today. Now we see that new coin on there, Wall Street Bets. I don't really understand what that really is, but here's Bitcoin today at 37,444. It's going up today. We're looking at Ethereum at 1392. They're near their all-time highs. The coins are right now. They're up there really good. So what's the Dow doing today? It's down 348 points today at 30,254. Now let's take a look at oil price. Oil price is up 61 cents at 52.95. Take a look at our move index today at 45.53. Move index is up 1.37%. Bonds and rates today. We're looking at the long end of the yield curve moving about 2 or 3 basis points up. 108 for the U.S. 10-year, and the U.S. 30-year is 1.84. Now we're going to take a look at the dollar index, 90.47, and it's fallen down just a little bit. Very interesting, guys, what's happening with GameStop. Keeping our eye on it. I'll tell you what, these Wall Street guys they make the rules what they want the rules to be. This is the way with the power up there. They don't. The people don't really have much of a say over anything. It's kind of like the way things are run. It's kind of like feudalism back during the Middle Ages. We are not just we're the serfs and waifs, and now we're the retards, and we're the deplorables. But whatever it is, we don't have much say. They can just change the rules right out from underneath you. And that's what Nixon did in 1971. He said, we are going to stop the speculators. He called them speculators. And they just basically changed the rules on gold, silver, and everything, and anytime they want. It's like, if you touch them, it's a big deal. But everybody out here, all of us out here, if we get touched, nobody cares. It's like you're on your own. But these big shots out there, if you touch their holy of holies, they get all upset. And the little guy, if somebody comes in and touches his ground or walks on his turf, well, he just has to shut up and take it. Anyway, it's an unfair system, and they're a bunch of criminals. the system is being run by a criminal. It's basically a criminal enterprise, and they do what they want, and they'll change the rules anytime they feel like changing them, or make as much money as they want anytime they feel like making it. And I don't think they really care too much about people out there that are finding it hard right now. They're just getting table scraps. As long as they can feed the big money into Wall Street, they'll print like a trillion dollars. And what percentage? What exactly percentage of that is sending out $600 checks or whatever? That's what I want to know. What percentage? Like, what percentage are we getting? It reminds me of the old thing, that they used to have, Laurel and Hardy. I remember an episode of Laurel and Hardy. And Hardy got paid or whatever, and Laurel was supposed to get his half. So Hardy says, okay, Laurel, and he says, $1 for you, one for me, he says. And then he hands Laurel the second dollar. He says, $1 for you, two for me. And then he hands two for himself. And he says, one more dollar for you. It's three for you, three for me. One, two, three. And he counts $3 for himself. That's how things are distributed to us. They cheat us all the way across the board. And they're getting down to a point where we're getting poorer and poorer, and they're getting richer and richer, and this division or separation is getting wider and wider, and we're sitting over here shaking and scratching our heads and saying, well, the next step down from here is we also have to starve to death. That's the next step down from here, where we are right now. And they're up there, and they're going up higher and higher into their silver mansion, and they're saying, well, they're looking back and saying, well, we don't care. Let you go out and eat some cake. Anyway, listen, guys, thank you for listening to my show. Like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.